go. There is what I call the A minor, D minor, C, E minor 7th progression. I don't really have a name for it. It's just basically a progression to practice some moving between chords, and specifically between the A minor and the D minor, and also the C chord too. Gives you some practice in there. So let me bring the camera down so you can see my guitar, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so let's start out by taking a look at the chords. So first one's A minor. And you may be familiar with this already, but we'll review it. You take your pointer finger, put on the second string on the B string. In the first fret, second string, first fret. Then we're going to take our middle finger, put it on the D string, or string number 1, 2, 3, 4, second fret. Move it over just a little bit, because you have to bring our third finger onto the third string, which is our G string, and the second fret also. And then we strum from the A string down. Make sure they're all ringing out. You're not leaning over and muffling out some strings. And just go ahead and move it around until you get them nice and clear. You've already talked about that in other videos, so I won't go through all that again. So that's your A minor. Then our D minor, that's what we want next. So the easiest way to think of this in the beginning, of course you want to go straight to the shape eventually, but you can think of your A minor. You bring it all down by one string. So now instead of having our fingers on the D, G, and B strings, we're going to bring them down by one string. They're going to be on the the G, B, and high E strings. Now, of course, we're not going to play it like that. Doesn't sound too good. What we're going to actually do is take this third finger, move it over to the third fret, and then take these other two fingers and just bring them right next to the fret. Don't worry about trying to get this way over here next to the fret. It's just too awkward and hurts the hand. Just bring it to where it's comfortable over in this fret. You should be okay as long as you put enough pressure on there. Now what you do is you strum from the D string down, string number 1, 2, 3, 4. And make sure your fingers are curved around like that and not like this, because then you'll muffle it out. So bring them around. Make sure those strings are ringing out nice and clearly. That's your D minor. Now the next one is C. We can use our A minor to help us with our C too. Take our A minor, lift up the third finger, move these two fingers right next to the fret, take this third finger, put it right here on the third fret on the A string, and then you strum from the A string down. Make sure you do it from A string down. You don't include that E. It overpowers it, makes it sound mushy. And again, make sure each note is ringing out clearly. So that's the third chord. And finally, our E minor 7. All we're going to do, I'll take these fingers off. It's going to take this finger right here and bring it up to our A string, second fret. And we're not going to, again, this is an E minor 7, so normally you would go ahead and strum everything. But we actually want to strum it just from the A string down. Because since this is on the A string, we want to keep it consistent. We're actually forming a little bass line. But if we add that low E in, then it kind of messes that bass line up. It makes it sound more like I'm going from this note to that, but we want that to that. So there's our C. Bring that finger up, and then strum it from the A string down. And that's all of your chords. So later on, we're going to learn the actual picking parts in another lesson. Take a look at that. But in the beginning, just get used to switching between the chords. And what you're going to do when the backing track is playing is going to strum a chord, and it's going to be a measure each. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you want to switch to D minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the C and E minor seventh. E minor seventh is going to be a half a measure, so do 2 beats each. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You go through all that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then just repeats over and over again. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you do that 4 times, and then you'll end off strumming the A minor. Yep. So now, the goal is to hold this as long as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last second you move. But you may have some problems going from the A minor to the D minor. So what you can do is you can shorten it up. You don't play the D minor earlier, but you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you basically strumming it and holding it for 1, 2, and then during 3 and 4, you're putting your fingers in position. So then you'll come over and hit this directly on the 1. Same thing with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives you 2 beats to get that in all your fingers in place. And even that may be at first a little bit not long enough. It sounds a little bit more choppier this way, but our goal is to hit all these chords down on the 1s right now. So what you can do if you still can't even 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, you need a little extra time, you can move it immediately. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it sounds really choppy that way, not the greatest, but our goal right now is to be able to hit that on the 1, that on the 1, that on the 1, and then actually this one on the 3. But that one shouldn't be hard. That's not a hard movement. So again, it sounds choppy, but you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it sounds a bit choppy, but that's okay. But then, if you feel good about it, you can go hold one more beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, so forth. And then, of course, you hold it for longer once you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and that's our ultimate goal. So, there you go. That's how that chord progression works. Now, go through that, kind of get the chord changes down, get really comfortable with it, and certainly put on that backing track. That's what's really going to help you make the progress, because you can sit there and take all your time you want, moving from one chord to another. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can slow things down, speed them up and everything, which is fine in the beginning, but the backing track is not going to slow down and it's not going to speed up. It's going to stay at that certain level. So that's going to force you to stay on time. So once you start feeling comfortable with moving from chord to chord, then pop on that backing track. And even before that, just make some attempts, because it's going to speed up that process of you getting this down. So yes, put some work into that, and then yeah, if you get that down, then we'll move on to the next part, which is playing the actual backing track. You know, we're gonna pick some notes, and then that kind of ensures that you're playing all the chords nice and clean and clear, and it just sounds a bit nicer than the strumming the chords. But you have to get the chord changes down first. So really put some work into this. That's it. That's it for this lesson. Work hard on that. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.